What's good, everybody? Peace, love, and prosperity, and welcome to our first ever Mischief podcast. I'm Carlos Bailey, aka Mix Hippie 92, and this is my brother Conrad O'Neal, aka Rad Killer 18.
What it is, world, what it is.
Today, as I already stated, that we're doing our first podcast, and we would like everybody that's watching this or tuning into this later on, a couple weeks later, months, whatever, for you to like and subscribe and hit that little bell button, because we will be making the YouTube page for this podcast for itself, but right now I'm going to stream it off of my gamer page, which is Hippie Gamer Nation.
And subscribe that too. And if you want to go like our Instagram page, the Mischief Podcast, you can like and do that for us, and we'll really appreciate it. But today we're just going to talk about ourselves a little bit, just, to break the ice with our fan base, that y'all know a little bit about ourselves. We're not going to talk too much about ourselves, but, just to know our interests and our beliefs and how we feel about the world that we live in today, even though it ain't the best world. It's all we got, though, right? So, I'm going to let Carlos take the floor from here. There you go, my brother.
All right, we're introducing ourselves. So my name is Carlos Bailey. I'm 27. I am a chef. I won't say where I work at. I don't want to put that much information on there. But I've been doing this for about 6-7 years. I started off as a dishwasher. To be honest, I started off as a dishwasher. My first job wasn't a real official job. It was under the table. I worked at a carnival. Not being racist or anything for this white, money-hungry, fat guy. And he treated everybody that worked for him like shit. Take us all the way to, Port St. Lucie and stuff. And complain when he got to feed us. And to be honest with you, if we were working and let's say, everybody set the rides up and they had to go somewhere else, if you didn't get in the van in time or you was in the bathroom, they'll leave you. So if you didn't have nobody's number, you would be done. So besides that job, I don't know, you guys probably seen it on the news. He had a lot in Pompano, and I guess one day, this was around the time that I quit or left or something like that, and he was trying to hold out on people's paycheck, and they burnt his lot down. So no, karma. My second job was Tommy Hilfiger in Sawgrass Mall. Thanks to Jonathan Jean-Baptiste. Thank you and your mom. They blessed me with the job at the time. I didn't have no job. I was at school. Jonathan was one of my friends. He came to me and he was just like, yo, my mom needs somebody to work. Can you work? And I was like, yeah, that's my first ever job. That's when I had to get my pretty boy status. I had to cut my hair and shit like that because I was working in the mall. So, next job was Walmart.
Good old Wally World.
I was working at Walmart for about 4-5 years. I was there for a long time. The Walmart on McNabb in Avon, in North Lauderdale. Then after Walmart, I didn't know what to do when I lost my job at Walmart. And the thing about it, I was basically a support manager at Walmart, and walkie-talkie and everything. And I fell asleep in my car on the break, 15 minutes over the break. And I feel like it was a vendetta. These guys really wanted to fire me, so they said there was nothing they could do. And at first I was like, man, fuck this job, and shit like that. I got in the car and that shit hit me. I was like, damn, I need this job. What the fuck am I gonna do now?
What have I done?
What have I done? So after that, I was struggling for a little bit. I had a girlfriend that worked at Walmart at the time, and I was just down for 2 days, and she told me I'm miserable and shit like that. So she broke up with me, and it was crazy. And then right after that, when I went to Walmart to go see her again, she was already on another nigga that worked at Walmart. I already knew that he was trying to get her while I was working there, but niggas ain't do that when I was there. And then I got fired, so now he was all on her. After that, I got hired at Joe's. My mom helped me get that job off a Snagger job. Thank you, mommy. I started off as a dishwasher. She said I had to, do something. So I started with dishwasher. I was mopping floors and stuff like that. And then one day, prep guys didn't come, and they asked me if I would bag up some flour and stuff like that. So, man, who don't know how to bag up shit? So I started bagging it up, and it was like, oh, come back tomorrow at 9 in the morning. whatever, so he can learn prep. So I learned prep. Then after I learned prep, I started cooking. Then I started cooking. Then I left Joe's to go work at Fort Lauderdale Beach Hilton, and that was like one of the best moves I ever made in my life. I regret, leaving that job, but I am where I am now, and everything, bad or good, bad female, bad friend, whatever, all of those things and all those people made me to who I am now. So now I'm gonna give it over to Conrad and let him give you guys.
My name Conrad O'Neill. I was born September 5th, 1993. I'm 26. If you didn't want to do the math, lazy motherfuckers. But same as him. I wasn't working. My mom passed away when I was young, so after that we had no choice but to work. So my first job was moving furniture for City Furniture with a little temporary gig. Excuse me. So after that, didn't want to do that anymore. So being young and lazy, I was like, let me find something different. So found Walmart, Wally World. I was there for about 3 or 4 months. Still something I really wasn't feeling. Something I didn't really want to do. So after that, I said, I'm going to decide to just be a chef, which I am now today. Still trying to get the hang. I'm a best gig, but I'll keep trying. So then after that, I went to Applebee's by Sawgrass Mills Mall. Went there for a pretty long time, actually, for about 3 years. But then I got injured. I wound up getting an infection in my thumb. Had like a fucking crater in my thumb. So
it's crazy. Work. Nasty. Holding his finger.
Shut up. But then I decided I couldn't work for about 2 or 3 months. But then after that, my boy Carlos here got me a job at Joe's Crab Shack. So we was in their kitchen fucking it up for like half a year. Then after that I got fired because the cokehead GM wanted to fire me for some music. Shout out to Lil Wayne, you got me fired from a job, but I'ma still bang you, homie. After that, I was out of a job for about 2 or 3 months. Then after that, I told my brother, just hook me up with a job, man. So my brother hooked me up with a job at Burger Fry. Not gonna say which Burger Fry, but So I was there for about 3 years, another 3 years of my life, doing the best I could, And after that, I decided to leave because they crossed me. I'm not gonna say they crossed me, but they crossed me. So I left, and then I found myself at a new job that once again Carlos helped me get. I ain't gonna say how he helped me get it this time, but shout out to him for helping me get the job, And I'm there today, so shout out to that job and the owner of that job who looked out for me and gave me a job, and I'm here today, and we're here to get y'all this podcast. So. Other than that, we just been hanging in there, doing our best. We both got kids. He got a daughter. I got 2 sons. So we trying to do our best for them. We just here to talk, Hear what y'all got to say. Give us feedback if y'all don't like how we feel about certain things, because everybody got different opinions. Like, his dad think the earth flat. Are we smoking crack like that? We not smoking crack like that.
No, I don't want to say my dad's smoking crack, but is he smoking crack? Let's see. First thing, I think maybe we should talk about our hobbies, what we like to do. I'm gonna keep it real, bro. All I do is smoke and play the video game.
Pretty much me too.
Key and Pill, you watch them on Comedy Central or whatever, and Pill's out here making Us and Get Out and stuff like that. And what if you watch they show on Comedy Central, what that man say? All I do is smoke weed. It's nothing bad about weed.
Nothing bad about the marijuana. I'm just saying, I just smoke my weed, play the video game. I try to relax, you try to have some love life, but, sometimes that ain't the best idea out here in the world. It's not for everybody, guys. It's not for everybody.
What interests you, my brother?
Pretty much anything. If it's interesting, I'm interested in it. I like art, I like anime, I like comics, I like video games, I like creative people, I like music. Everybody loves music. I love movies. I love some good food, except mayo. I'm not a mayo fan.
He doesn't like tomatoes either.
Tomatoes. I don't like tomatoes.
So you gotta know your best friend like that. The way I feel about best friends is, you can't just call anybody your best friend, and not just because you knew somebody for a long time, they're your best friend. It's somebody that, no matter what, you can go to them and they're gonna listen. No matter what. If they got it,
they got you.
They got you.
Got you. No questions asked.
If you sleeping in the car, I'ma sleep in the car with you. That's a best friend. When I know I got a house and I still sleep in the car with you. I know some of you acting like, oh, why didn't you bring him in the house? Bro, what if at the time I couldn't bring him in the house? So all I can do is give him
A little bit of comfort.
support.
Just look out for the homie, you know. You gotta look out for the people that's close to you, because when you need people and you're down and you think about all the people that wronged you.
I met Conrad and his brother around 2007.
Yeah,
2007, 2008, one of them. I was riding down the street on my bike and just happened to ride past this little alleyway where these hoodlums were playing and shit.
Hoodlums. Yeah, good one.
And
Hoodlums.
and they asked if I wanted to slap box. At the time, I was a little bigger than I am now, and I was like, in spirit, I was cocky. So, not as in body, like I was like, yeah, I'll fight him. So yeah, me and his cousin started fighting, and he smacked me in the eye one good time, and I got mad. And that's when I was ready to go, and they was like, oh, chill. So then after that, I don't know how we all started talking, and then like, come over tomorrow or whatever, we're gonna chill. So that's how it started there, and then Conrad helped me through a lot of stuff, through school, relationships, everything.
Been through a lot.
I was homeless at one point, and Conrad had somewhere to stay at first, and then then the same shit happened to him, so he didn't have nowhere to go. And even though I was staying in my car, I still offered him somewhere to stay because I didn't want him sleeping on the street. If I got a car and enough space to hold somebody else that's in the same predicament that I'm in, why not help them? So as I got older, I started really finding myself, and a lot of people think that I'm an asshole, and that's not. I'm not. I am an asshole, but I'm an asshole, but it's for a reason. It's for protection, and I know a lot of people do be an asshole for protection for the wrong reason. It's just I'm not a sucker duck. I'm not a sucker. I'm not gonna let somebody take advantage of me.
Right.
I'm not gonna let somebody break my heart anymore, because all of the stuff that happened to me, it's made me to the person I am now. That's what I keep saying. So if somebody broke my heart, boom, that's an X on that. I will love again, but I will be prepared for the heartbreak. I got fired from a job, boom, I will work hard at this job, but I'm always in the back of my mind thinking I am replaceable, because this is a job. Now that I have kids, now that I have kids, now what I'm working for isn't for me, it's for them. I already done partied and got all the clothes and, did what I had to do in high school and when I was younger, the women and all that shit. Now it's time for me to leave something for somebody else, to do better. And I motivate all my young men and women out there that if you have kids, let's do better. Let's not sacrifice our kids' happiness so we can go out with somebody or have sex with somebody or something like that. Let's not neglect our kids for our own happiness when your kids aren't happy. Me, number one, ever since I had my daughter, she is my world. She's my queen. She's my princess. She is my sun, and she is my moon. I will move earth and mountains and anything I have to do for her. I may not be the richest man and have all the money to get her everything that she needs, but she will have the most moral and love and support that she will ever have in life from me. I never felt this about anybody, not even about the first girl I loved, anybody. So I dedicate my life to my daughter, Elani Bailey.
And we dedicate this podcast to the people that be trying to build this legacy for, not just the kids, but the people that supported you, the mothers and the grandmothers that was there for you and put up with all the nonsense and bullshit you was doing when you was 12 and 13 and 14 years old, thinking you're grown and know it all. So, we try to do this for them. We just try to make it easier for everybody in life. Because, it's hard out here. It's hard for us to make money and make ends meet sometime. But you know, we keep pushing, and we just try to make this podcast for people like who just want to go to sleep and just hear some inspirational words. Like, it's gonna be okay. You know, sometimes it feel like you're dying when something happened, but take it from me, it's gonna be okay. A lot of bad things happen to both of us, man. And a lot of bad things probably happen to the people that's gonna listen to this. But you know, it's gonna be okay.
That's the main reason why we're doing this. That's the main reason why we're doing this. But I always wanted, like, ever since this bad stuff started happening to me, and like how I started like reading people, like, to be honest with you, before I wanted to like did all of this and everything, I wanted to be a lawyer. Then after a while, I found out like I didn't want to lie, and you know, lawyers gotta lie, you know, either lie to save the person, or you know, if I'm representing Conrad and I know he did something bad, but he's paying me. So that means I'm basically lying to keep him out of jail. I didn't feel like that's something I could do. But then after that, I wanted to be a detective, but I squashed that because I didn't really feel like I was able to be a detective. And then I found out that you had to be a police for at least like 5 years or whatever. So if you want to go to be a detective, you can be a detective. And I didn't, I don't want to work for the boys in blue. I'm not gonna call them
the pigs,
crackers. But, I didn't want to work for them boys. And after that, I wanted to be a firefighter when I got out of high school. But things change, man. Life changes. And now that after all the stuff I've been through and how I can read people and read things, ask my brother Conrad, like, I'm really good at, like, you show me a picture, you tell me how somebody's acting, I walk in your house and I see little crumbs of sand on your floor or something on the table or something like that. Me personally, I mean it on everything. Lord knows I can put that shit together and find out what happened, who was in your house, where they came from. Maybe not the time yet. I'm not that good yet, but I'm telling you, I'm good at it. And that's what
I need. A detective, a private eye, a monk. Holla at my boy. I'm just joking, but he really is good at detective work. So I need to know, and I'm just trying to be a writer.
That's one of my future projects that I'm gonna be maybe a PI, or I might one day.
He gonna follow y'all wife around, and y'all gonna be like, "Is she cheating?" And he gonna be like, "Look at this video right here for me."
Maybe, but if I want to go official one day, when I get older and my kids get older, I might give up my dreads for them. To be honest with you, my dreads are stopping me from doing a lot of things. I can't become a police officer because they might want me to cut my hair. I can't enlist in the military because they're gonna want me to cut my hair. Weed, marijuana, whatever, that's easy to give up. It's not an essential. It's something that I do to relieve myself. My hair is my strength and a part of me. So I feel like for me having to cut my hair, that's not me. You feel me? They're making me into somebody else to do something that I wanted to do. Like, I want to be, if I wanted to be a cop, I want to be a cop, but they want me to change my appearance to be a cop. If I wanted to go to the military, they want me to change my appearance. But why can't that go as me to serve? I'm serving the country, I'm serving you guys or whatever. But they want me to change my appearance.
But basically, that's the world we live in today. You can't really be you.
As being an African American, I'm mixed with a lot of stuff.
Exactly.
Indian, Jamaican, Puerto Rican.
They don't see that.
I'm Blackfoot Indian and stuff like that. But all they see is this,
exactly.
And the tattoos and my hair and stuff like that. And now I'm automatically black. Yeah, signified as a black person. Today I went out for my gun license, and when I was doing the paperwork out, it said the races. It was like white, black, Hispanic, or other. Most of the time I put other on a lot of shit. After fighting for so long, I'm just tired, man. I just put black. Because that's what they're going to see me as anyway.
Right.
So, I'm getting off topic. Go ahead, brother. Take over.
You was getting off topic. Yeah, that's a good point. Some people try to hide their nationality, and that's not right. They look at people and discriminate.
That's another thing.
He has a turban on, so automatically he's a Muslim and he's gonna do this.
That's another thing.
That's not right. It's not right, people.
Me, I have 3 other brothers, and none of us have the same father, but we are all Puerto Rican. They don't claim to be Spanish
At all.
I wish I knew I wish I could speak Spanish. And speaking in English? Yeah, I can speak Espanol. No. Un poquito, my brother.
A little bit.
Leche, gato, jugo, vámonos, little baby. That's not shit. I was in Spanish for 2 years and I didn't learn nothing. At the time, I had my girlfriend doing my homework for me.
That's about
¿Cómo está mi hombre? Carlos Bailey.
That's about it. That's the purpose too. Some parents, have a heritage and don't even teach their kids most of it. Not taking a shot at the parents.
I'm not trying to blame my mom or whatever, but that's what I'm saying.
Teach them
this how I feel. This how I feel.
Teach them that shit. That should help them
exactly.
in life.
This how I feel.
Should help them in life.
Y'all give me 1 second. Go ahead, keep talking right quick, Conrad.
But yeah, teach them that in life because they gonna need it when they go to those interviews and they ask them, hey, can you speak this?
That's what I'm saying.
I can speak English.
Exactly.
But the 2 people that came in before you can speak Creole and Spanish.
Yeah, see, so look, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Because when they need to help somebody, they can help somebody. When you need to help somebody, you can only help the English people. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, and I'm not taking no shot at America saying, oh, well, we need to stop. No, because this is a melting pot.
It's supposed to be the land of the free or whatever, so we're supposed to be able to have everybody in there.
Right here, I feel like everybody should be welcome.
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is crazy. We'll get back onto that for another topic. But what I'm saying, bro, is I'm not blaming you, mommy, or nothing, or if you're watching this or whatever. What I'm saying is, I know that, where you came from. I'm not gonna tell your story, how hard it was for you and how you didn't know the stuff about your own life and stuff like that. But if you had kids, you knew Spanish. You should have taught me Spanish. You should have taught us Spanish.
Even if it wasn't.
I feel like, to be honest, this podcast is for us to get our feelings out. So when you be on here one day, you can tell me how you feel about me and all the stuff I do, and we can talk. But what I'm saying is, I felt like you gave up on that part of your life, that you were so focused on wanting to be black, that you didn't even want to incorporate Spanish into all of our lives. None of us know Spanish, mommy. You, uncle, grandma, they know Spanish. How you know Sashay and Ricky and everybody, they probably know Spanish maybe. I want to know Spanish too, but now it's not too late, but it's harder now.
It's never too late, but it's hard. But
we're going beliefs now? You can kick the beliefs off.
Beliefs, as far as beliefs go, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm a Christian. I believe there's a higher power. Do I believe there's a God and a Jesus and if you don't do this right, you go to hell? No. Because first of all, everybody sins everything.
I believe in a higher power, like there's a God.
There's a God. There's something up there because we didn't get here for no reason. And we don't, nobody has karma and bad deeds and things like that because everything goes around and comes around, like people said.
Number one, I just want to ask all the Christian people out there, right? If you have a picture of a white Jesus in your house, you are a false believer, number one, because it say, I will not praise false idols or gods. And there's no way Jesus can be white or light-skinned. They are in the middle of Egypt, which Egypt is in Africa. There is no shade. That is basically desert. There's no shade. So, what am I saying?
What is he saying?
There's no way
Jesus can't be white.
Yeah, he can't. In the Bible, it said, was it John?
I believe it's John.
John was in jail or whatever, and he was, writing down, and Jesus talked to him. And when he turned around, he couldn't even see it because his presence was so bright. And when he looked down, his feet were like bronze and his hair was like wool. Which means if he could look down and see his feet and his hair at the same time, which means that his hair was long.
He had them dreads.
His hair was long, like wool.
Dreads.
Who's black? Who is dark skinned like that and has
some white Pegasus hair?
Some long hair. Yeah, Pegasus hair and like wool. Come on, man, please. Tell me.
We need understanding. Help us understand.
So that's what I'm saying, bro. Y'all gotta understand, man.
It's all logic. Sometimes they put the truth right in front of you.
I'm not saying that the Bible.
I'm not saying that
the Bible's not real, because there's many lessons and stuff that do come to fruition that are real life, and the history does repeat itself, and it tells you must know your common knowledge, which is common history, and your past. You must know your present and your past. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying I know the Bible, but I read it, and not the whole thing, but I read stuff, and it does make sense. But the stories they have in there, they're trying to trick us. They're trying to switch shit up. They want us to be confused. So when Daddy do come back, now we
don't
know what's what.
Because we'll believe in anything that can walk on water and turn some water into wine.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I tell my dad all the time.
Never seen him.
If you read the Bible, right? God and Jesus or whatever, you know, the Holy Trinity, they came and they saved us every time. They gave us a flood and they burned down the Tower of Babel and stuff like that. And that was always at a peak of like something's happening, right? Mm-hmm. So, you know, all this famish that's going on and niggas are starving and they don't have homes and
the wars.
You know, you can have a good job and almost be on the verge of homeless. Mm-hmm. Living check by check. Mm-hmm. All of this pain and all of this stuff and people dying. Your friends are dying more and more every day. But when you were little, you didn't hear about all this. Now you're older, now your friends that you were just walking down the street with dying, getting shot, overdosing and stuff like that. Is that not pain? Is that not heartache? Is that not a bad time? Are we not in danger? Are we not hurting? So what I'm saying, you know, everybody thinks that God or whatever's going to come and snatch us up before it gets really bad. No, we have to go through the trials and tribulations until that time comes. This is not the
Revelation.
It's not the revelations right now. This is nowhere close to how bad it's going to be. Martial law hasn't even took over yet. A lot of y'all thinking like, oh, what are you talking about martial law? A long time ago, if y'all
theorists are thinking,
if y'all go on my YouTube page, right? Man, years ago I had UFO videos on there. Niggas ain't believe me. Now that Trump
to this day.
Wait. Now that Trump and Obama say, you know, Obama said aliens was real. Now Trump saying he got a space force going. He about to make a space force and shit like that. Now they basically told the world that aliens are real.
And we're sitting here like, no, they can't.
So back in the day, I was the crazy one though, right? I was crazy, right? Look at me now, brothers and sisters. I was telling y'all.
Something out there.
I've been telling y'all.
Something out there. It's too big not to be something out there. It's too many planets not to be something out there. Every day they telling us they discovering a new galaxy or something. Look at what we're able to do, what we're able to create. You know, you're telling me that if there is a higher power that he didn't decide to say, let me create something else just to see what my powers can do. Let me make these disobedient people down here, and then let me just not make anything else. No, it has to be something more out there. We just don't know it yet because they try to cover our eyes with everything.
Like me and him talked about before. Number one, when we watch Jurassic Park and shit like that, how the fuck do they know how the dinosaurs sound?
Exactly. How do you know how dinosaurs sound?
How you know dinosaurs sound?
How do you know exactly how it looked? Yeah, I know you got teeth,
the bones and shit like that, but does that give you the color,
the perfect texture,
and the damn scaly thing? Oh, they reptiles and shit like that. But how do you know?
How do we know?
How do you know?
We don't know what they really look like. We really don't know. That's why I always say, you never really know anything until you die. Once death hits, that's when you truly know, okay, yeah, man, we know what really the truth is. The truth is, we don't know right now. We don't know what the truth is right now. We're just living and learning. Everybody can say what they know, and yeah, some people can prove facts, but sometimes everybody can't prove the facts they're trying to back up. They're just saying what they heard or going off what they think. Like, this podcast will be just mostly what we think. We don't know the full truth of everything. We'll have people on here who know more than us, and we'll have people on here who won't even know a damn thing about what we're talking about or even care to think about it. So, you know, everybody's beliefs are different. Everybody weaknesses and how they feel about life are different from what people perceive. So I'm not judging anybody. I really can't be upset with anybody because, you know, sometimes you think you're doing good and then sometimes bad hits. Sometimes you're doing bad and then good hits. So you try to stay even killed through life. Even if you don't stay even killed, you do your best. Sometimes you want to give up, sometimes you want to push harder. So we just make this podcast for everybody who want to listen, to people who want to just vent. Like I said, y'all can comment in the section below and tell us how y'all feel about what we're talking about. Sometimes we might be talking bullshit and y'all want to let us have it. We're okay with that. We're okay with that. So, you know, you guys keep letting us know how you feel about this podcast. We're going to keep pushing it. This episode 1 of the Mischief podcast. You know, my partner finally returned, so.
What's going on? I'm back, everybody. What were we just talking about? What was you talking about?
When I just finished the beliefs and told them why one of the reasons we didn't do the podcast.
Why you starting the podcast? Hey man, I started the podcast to add another notch to my belt. You know, I'm already starting a game page. Like I said in the game, you guys probably wasn't watching. If you do, you know, tune into episode 14 or something like that. I was gonna give up on my gaming streaming because, you know, I got 25 subscribers and, you know, I felt like I wasn't doing nothing compared to all these other guys that are gaming and stuff like that. But you got to think about it. Coming from nothing, you're nobody. They don't even know you. Mm-hmm. And then you got these subscribers. You know, you got to start from somewhere. If this was a business, you know, I got to start at $1 or something. You get what I'm saying? I had to work hard. So I was going to give up. Then one day I just said, no, fuck that. You know, and then, you know, people watch this shit at nighttime, bro.
So just keep going.
So just keep going, and I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna keep going.
Great words of Carlos Bailey. If you ain't pushing, you falling. So you always gotta keep pushing, everybody.
If you're not pushing, you're falling. And remember that. I say that all the time. My father knows. Yakim Yahudi. Shout outs to you. If you're not pushing, you're falling. And I always push. I'll push till it break, cause I'm not falling.
Not this time. But you know, everybody who's going to tune into this, who like and subscribe this, thank you for supporting the Mischief podcast. Where we going from here? Where do we go from here?
You can give us a few stories about yourself, whatever you want to know.
A few stories. I'll give you guys something good. Okay. One time I went to the strip club with some of my friends from California, Jovi and Julio. Shout out to y'all. Y'all support me.
You gotta promote this. You know, you gotta put this on Facebook and let them know.
Let them know. You guys support me. We gonna put this on YouTube and Instagram. Support that Instagram. But you know, I went to the strip club, having a good time. You know, we went to Vegas at first. We was with my friends Snyder and Carrie. Shout out to y'all too. You know, drinking a little bit. I had about 4 shots of Hennessy, and I was good. Everybody, I was good. I was perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. So, you know, went to the strip club in Miami. Beautiful stripper. But the ass was fake, guys. The ass was fake. Don't get me wrong, I felt on the ass a little bit, and she was like, dude, I want to fuck her. So, off rip, I'm like, rent.
Was your birthday?
Or some pussy. No, it was actually a few days after my birthday. Thanks for asking that. A few days after my birthday, around September 10th.
How much was she charging?
She was charging about $400 actually for some pussy, and I was like,
was she pretty? Was she red?
No, she was pretty. Spanish mommy. I'm like, okay. I'm like, 400. I said, no, I got about 200 on me. That's the best I can do. She said no, she can't do it. So I'm like, okay, no problem. So she stopped dancing on me. I'm like, cool. Some more strippers coming. We got more liquor. It's fine. We're in VIP. So you know, we throwing the ones and stuff. So I'm drinking my liquor and stuff. So my homeboy Jovi came up to me. He was like, hey, we're not fucking leaving until we finish that bottle of Hennessy. And I'm like, okay, no problem. So, you know, being a dumbass, kept drinking. So next thing you know, I remember everybody like, come on, bro, it's time to go. We out of here. We're gonna go to another strip club. I'm like, no problem. Let's go. I could do this all night. So, you know, I go outside with one of the pre-roll joints I had. I think it was the Skittles you gave me. You had some good Skittles. Good Skittles. Smoke some of the Skittles. Next thing I know, guys, I don't remember anything. All I remember is waking up at home. And my girlfriend told me I came in and just jumped right on her leg, didn't say anything, just passed out. Woke up with $80 in my pocket. Don't know what happened. In ones. So when I called my friends and asked them what happened, they told me, well, apparently I got super drunk, and when we left the club that we were at before and went to the other strip club, I decided to start hollering at other men's women and trying to get into people's cars. Did I remember any of this? No. I didn't remember any of this. That's the sad part. And to this day, I tell them, that bitch will feed me because I didn't want to pay her for sex. So if you go to a strip club and you ever want to smash this stripper, don't do it, man. Don't do it. Or do it. Do it. I don't know. Whatever don't get you roofied, because I know I was roofied. And I was blacked out. And I don't get blacked out drunk. So, you know. That's just my story. I don't want to think about it no more. But you can tell them something.
I don't think. I don't even know if I have a story like that.
Nah, you got a good story. I know you got a good story in there somewhere.
I'm thinking. I want to shout out Eradicate Vibes and Eradicate TJ for this video. Shout out Yakim Yahudi. Shout out what is it, Old Dog?
Old Dog. Shout out my brother Mark O'Neal, Old Dog Gaming. Y'all go like and subscribe to his gaming channel too.
He's more of a sports and scary game guy.
Yeah. Shout out my brother Robert O'Neal. Shout out my dad. If you watching this.
No, we shouting out people that ain't got pages. You know, yo. Shout out my moms, dog. Shout out my moms. Shout out my pops. Shout out my girl. Shout out my girl T. Shout out my daughter. Shout out my brothers. You know, I know y'all locked up, but nigga, if y'all get out and y'all see this one day, nigga, we made it. Shout out my uncle Guayo. Shout out my uncle Kelly.
Shout out my cousin Tara. Shout out my cousin Daisy. Love y'all, man. If y'all ever watch this, you know. Shout out my uncle Dave. And shout out to my grandma. If you watching this affiliate, love y'all.
Shout out my dog Blaze. Man, just shout out everybody that's watching
Mischief.
this. What's this? Promote?
Yeah, just like and subscribe to Mischief Podcast.
Yeah,
it's
man.
gonna be everywhere soon. We're gonna keep pushing this. We're gonna do this for y'all. So like and subscribe. If you wanna listen to this on your way to work, you can do that. You wanna listen to it while you're at work and your boss talking shit, just plug these in there because we probably gonna be talking shit about our bosses too.
To be honest, we might even do another video today. To be honest with you, we're just gonna, you know, this is just an opener. This is just how we feel. You know, we try to push it out for you guys.
Yep.
Cause we keep promising that it was gonna come out, so we really had to put our foot in the ground. We had to do something. So
and we've been drinking, so forgive us.
No,
It's
okay.
okay.
Whatever. We being natural, man. We showing y'all the blood raw until, you know, everything gonna be blood raw until I get that.
Until you two block our asses.
Yeah, and not even block me until I get that message from like, yo, y'all got me doing that, this and that. Okay, I'll stop. Y'all gonna give me that money. But yeah, we're gonna be doing like daily facts. We're gonna be looking up stuff. It's gonna be real more better than this. It's gonna be way better.
It's just the first one.
This is
It's
just
the
the
first
first
amendment. First amendment. We're gonna keep coming. We're gonna
This
keep
the
coming
end.
like birthdays.
This the intros. This the
Birthdays in the time when Christ was alive.
Man, this is the intros. We gonna keep coming, and we're gonna keep doing this, and y'all just keep watching and just wait for us to get better. Right now, you know, this is my studio. I won't tell y'all what I'm recording with, but
Not yet.
How's it looking? It's good, right? Trust me, it's not high budget. My lighting system is, you know,
MacGyvered, but we did the best we could.
MacGyvered
Do this
it,
for
but-
y'all.
Do this for you, trust me.
Just like and subscribe and support us.
That's
We're
all I'm
gonna do
asking.
better for y'all.
So you got anything to say before we out? We at 31 minutes right now. I don't know if you want to make it any longer or you want to keep going, or you want to we'll come back at it.
We'll come back in. We'll see y'all later. Just give us a little bit of time to get right, but that's just a little startup. We want y'all to support. We love y'all support.
And like I said before, I am Carlos Bailey, aka Mix Hippie 92, and this is my brother Conrad O'Neal, aka Rad Killer 18, and we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.